Did you miss me? I know, a lot of y'all thought that Smitty had taken a back seat, but nope, sometimes iron just has to sharpen, and every now and again you have to take a back seat and just observe. Over the past few weeks, I've been showing you guys various clips about how to spot a streamer whenever they are cheating undercover. So I've shown you clips of what an undercover cheater looks like, but remember, I told you every now and again they will cut their cheats off. This is meant to deceive you, so whenever you come into the stream seeing them playing real shitty, you'll be able to go back to other people and say, I ran into so and so today and not gave him the business, so he can't be cheating, which is not the truth. Trust me, if they wanted you out of here, you'd have been out of here. However, that's not good for business, and they know if their track record is showing that they're always getting kills too consistently, then it'll become an issue in the long run. But Smitty, how do those same people look whenever they turn their hacks off? They look exactly how you expect them to look. They look just like you and I. So let's show exactly what that looks like. But before we get that, we have to show the standard of what that person looks like whenever they claim they are playing legit.
Threat is moderate near your location.
Yeah, we're good. All right. Nighttime sweats are gonna be out. You gotta earn it. You gotta earn it. So far today, we capped off our morning, the 17 kill raid. The afternoon, we had an 18 kill raid. Can we do something similar again? We do something similar again. Give me 20? I'd love to give you 20. Wait, somebody's literally talking. I thought that was like the bots talking or whatever.
Be advised, killing operators will mark you as a bounty target.
1-1 requesting recon at this time.
Copy. Advanced UAV is on station. Scanning for hostiles.
UAV overhead.
You guys so lucky there. I'd have no gun out.
One's ghosted, one's on top of me. This is really untouchable.
Advanced UAV is disengaging.
It's a real cross, you guys.
One, killing operators will put a contract on your head. Engage at your discretion.
Okay. Last one. You said never got rezzed. Last one. He's over in this corner. Does this guy have a flash in here? Nice.
Don't know to let me res, Cross. How about that?
Medical.
First thing I want you to pay attention to is how accurate this guy is when he's shooting and how perfect his tracking is. And also count the amount of bullets he actually missed here.
Whatever.
Looks to me, nothing missed, perfect tracking. Let's move forward. Now, the next thing I want you to pay attention to is how decisive he is with his movements and where he wants to be in this fight.
Is on station. Scanning for hostiles.
UAV overhead.
As you can see right now, he's very aware about his positioning. He's going to be very careful to not let anybody get a line of sight to actually throw a knife at him, which you just heard go across his face. He's never going to be out of position and allow a person to actually get a good shot on him and take him out of the fight.
One's ghosted, one's on top of me. He's really untouchable.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I can't distinguish the difference between a person that's wearing a stealth vest and a person that's wearing a regular vest when it comes to footsteps. But to his defense, he can hear multiple footsteps on the roof, so I'm not really gonna hone in on that right now. Now, I could say a little bit more about that clip right there, but this is not a clip to talk about the little subtle differences to what you should pay attention to when a person is cheating. This is just to compare how a person looks whenever they are cheating versus when they cut those cheats off, so we'll continue to move forward.
Advanced UAV is disengaging.
The only shots he misses when the people got behind cover, but other than that, he's right on, not missing anything. There's no sway of the muzzle left to right. He is right on target. Keep that in mind.
It's a real cross. You gotta say
One,
something.
killing operators will put a contract on your head. Engage at your discretion.
Okay. Last one. He said never got rezzed. Last one. He's over in this corner. Does this guy have a flash in here?
And there you have it. Perfect tracking, perfect shots. The team is gone. Great job, Cross. But you can't say the same to the people that he just got finished taking out, because one of those guys are now $99 less in his bank account, and it's all because he had a chance to play on the same team as the Cross. Now let me show you the difference of how that fight goes whenever a person does not have those cheats on.
Might be people around here, I'm not sure.
Yeah, copy.
Yep.
Hostile advanced UAV down
Target area marked. You're cleared hot.
Copy that. Longbow 3-1 is on station. Strike inbound.
I'm hit!
Shot missed. No joy.
I'm gonna kill him. That's a Lockwood. I'm gonna make sure he's not jumping.
Tossing smoke! Let me
But he's on me.
moving here.
Dude, I'm so butt cheeks. There's 3 of them in there? Oh, I didn't know this.
Check your bloody back up.
For the first time, I completely agree with this person. He really is cheeks. However, let's just go back over this and break down the differences from what we saw in the first fight compared to what we see in the second fight. All right, so this is the first thing that caught my attention. Check out his awareness. You and I can both hear the person climbing up the ladder. He also hears the person climbing up the ladder. We all played this game long enough to know exactly where that ladder is from that position. However, this time, I want you to pay attention to how long it took for him to get on target. Check out the weapon sway and how accurate he is on his shots. You and I both know with hacks on, there's no way that person makes it out of there alive. However, his indecisiveness and his lack of on-target acquisition cost him here. Now pay attention to his awareness here. You can clearly hear that a person is below him running, and that person's position is right by the door. However, he does not look at the door. He's now aware enough this time to not put himself in a position to whereas he can get shot from another direction. In any other instance, he would not allow himself to be exposed like that and give the shooter a chance to take him down, because usually in that instance, you're going down.
I'm hit!
Shot missed. No joy.
Now, I'm not really sure if you guys is watching this on a bigger screen or not, but you can see that that person was actually on that ladder invisible for quite a while. In any other instance, that person does not live. In fact, he actually turns away a little bit first and then turns to the person, and even when he locates the person, he's unable to hit those shots, and I think I found his knife outside of my door. Let's play that back in slow motion, and I want you to notice the very moment that you see the person on the ladder. Well, the accuracy and awareness is just not there anymore. I guess we just gonna have to call this one a brain fart.
But he's on me.
Moving here!
Now let's talk about the reaction time it took for him to actually pull the trigger once he finally saw the person in the window. Any other time, we know the moment that that person would have shown his face through that window, he would have been knocked down without hesitation. However, here somebody isn't so confident that he actually sees a person behind the window and does not pull the trigger, even though we clearly see that the person is behind the window. In this instance, there's no red box around that person to indicate that he's there at that moment. Let's replay that again, and I want you to tell me how many times could he have shot that person through the window before he realized and was confident that a person is right there at the window. Reaction time just not the same now, is it? And why is that? Simple. This is about the average reaction time that you would expect from a player playing this game. His brain had to have time to process what his actual eyes were seeing. And then when it sent a signal back to him to say, hey, that's a person, that's when he took the shot. Now, we all know in any other case, that would have been a knife to the face the moment that he put his nose around the corner. And speaking of knives, how about this one? Holy shit! Watch out where you're throwing that thing, man. Now let's check out Exhibit B, shall we?
Nice, teammates. Question is there one more?
Now, if I saw this clip without the face, there's no way that you could convince me that this was the same person playing. It's almost as if the exact opposite was true. He missed 99 of his bullets and he hit one. Let's run that back in slow motion so I can give you guys a better look. Jeez Louise. That accuracy is not looking the same. Now, for some of you, you're gonna say, well, Smitty, this is just proof that he's not cheating. And I'm gonna respond, no, sir. This is just one of those times when he cut the cheats off. And I have more examples to show you exactly what it looks like.
Ultra One, activity is increasing near your location. Stay
Moving
alert.
here!
Oh, that's just unfortunate. This kid just sitting up here. That's just really unfortunate. What is it? Yeah, AP rounds too. I die so fast.
I'm hit!
It's just unfortunate.
Now let's play that back, and I'm going to show you the awareness that he just does not have in this fight. Now, playing devil advocate, it could be because he's been streaming all day and his eyes and brain just isn't working the same anymore. On second thought, no grace. Let's continue on.
Ultra One, activity is increasing.
I want you guys to pay attention to this situation here. He heard the people running over to the left, so he's aware that there's a person in that general position. So he pulls out the typical one-shot slug shotgun. However, you're gonna notice in this case, he does not take that shot. We all know with the hacks on, that shot would have been taken and that person would have been on the ground or at the very least with broken plates. However, the confidence is just not there and he knows he cannot make that shot at this moment.
Increasing near your location. Stay
Over
alert.
here.
That's just unfortunate.
Lack of awareness number 2. How often do you see him run out in the open like that and not paying attention to what's on his roof? There's been so many occasions that people will wonder like, how in the hell did this person know I was there? And if he did know I was there, how did he get locked onto me so fast and with such accuracy? But this time, Mr. Birdbrain just isn't as aware, and he didn't see what was clearly visible to him at the top of the screen. His decision making and his awareness is exactly what you would expect for a normal person like you and I to be. We will make these mistakes, and quite often, to be honest with you. So by him making this mistake, I'm not calling him a noob, I'm just calling him normal. However, we know the allure of Mr. Cross is that he is not normal, so he doesn't get to make these mistakes. Why didn't he see it when we all know that he normally would have? Hacks off equals normal Cross. Hacks on, then he becomes a cyborg with mystical powers. Now, I know you might be tired of me talking, but I only have one more I want to show you today.
We're seeing increased activity in the area. Stay sharp.
This guy's coming this way.
Ultra One, kill confirmed. Too many of those bounty contracts on your head.
Suck, dude.
Again, if I would have showed you that clip without showing you the person, you would have thought this was a scary little schoolgirl locked inside of a cage with an atrocious animal. Somebody was shaking in their boots. Be honest, you would not never see this guy really play this reserve until he turned the hacks off. Why isn't he as aware or as alert as he always is in the clips that we are known to see him play from? All of a sudden, he's not aware of what direction those footsteps are coming from. Remember, just earlier in the clip, he was telling you how many people was on the roof, which one of them had on a stealth vest, which one was walking on the tips of their toes, what kind of shoes they had on, what skin they were wearing, and the color of their backpacks. But in this instance, he is so lost that it reminds me of my dog every time I get ready to leave the house. Now, let's slow it down and I want you to pay attention to how long it takes him to actually get on target. And after he finished the first person, how fast he found the second person and how accurate he was whenever he started to shoot. As you can see, there's a big difference. Now I know for those of you that's gonna take up for him no matter what, there's no recovering you, you're just far gone. But for those of you with common sense, just compare the first clip to the other clips that I showed you from when I believe he did not have his hacks on. And from there, you will see a big difference. Remember, smart hackers that make a career out of hacking are not gonna use their hacks all the time. So that's why I always say it does not matter if you ran into them and you killed them once or twice in the game, or multiple times for that matter, because these guys will have times to where they will cut their hacks off or down. So no, I am not surprised if you show me a clip of you killing one of these guys. It's gonna happen because they are smart enough to know that they cannot have those on all the time, especially when they're being watched. Guys, do me a huge favor. Head on over to my YouTube, Smitty Smacks on YouTube without the I am. If you like the content that I'm doing and you enjoy me exposing these people for exactly who they are, show me some love by hitting the like button and subscribing to my YouTube channel. It's completely free for you and it means the world to me. Also, when we get to 500 subscribers, I'm gonna release a new video on a person that is the most requested person in my DMs. I told you guys I'm only focused on 3 people, but somebody ran their mouth just a little bit too much, and I'm prepared to give them exactly what they're looking for.